Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today on the trails with the Peak Designs 45 liter outdoor backpack. Now I'm out here on a simple day trip testing out this pack to see how it is for my day adventure. Now bottom line is Peak Designs striking the balance between your outdoor activities and a camera or photographer's bag. Now, I'm using it here for general gear, my ability to get through the trails effectively, easily, light carry, comfortable on the back, and so far I'm definitely happy with this. Now I have some thoughts after about a half a day of use. Generally speaking, very comfortable, nice quality shoulder straps. For the most part, a pretty good layout and organization, and a bag that's definitely high quality. So as I've gone through this, I am picking up on a few things that I think leave it just a little bit limited, but overall pretty darn nice.
Now take a look at my prior video on this Peak Designs backpack for my first look, impressions, and feature overview.
Now right away, one of the limitations, and definitely not a deal breaker, but there is no true head pack. So things like your keys and wallet kind of struggle in this bag just a little bit, keeping in mind the fact that you do have the side hip pocket. However, to me, I'd rather have something that I need while I'm on the trails versus my keys or wallet, which I don't, and I need to stash my keys and wallet away. So instead today, I'm opting to carry those in my pockets, which is not ideal. I'd prefer to have my pockets empty. Not a deal breaker, but it's just something worth considering. Now the side pockets have been fantastic, managing my gear nicely. Small pocket on the side, larger pocket here. Things like my tripod, my GoPro with a selfie stick, that worked out well. And this front panel, which has allowed me to put some basic essentials. My dogs are with me, so the little bowl here for the dog's water. I'm carrying 2 water bottles on this side, my water and my dog's water, working very well, cinching everything down, and then you can see my lightweight jacket on the outside. That's been great. Now something else worth considering, the fact that for the most part I'm operating out of the back panel. This does have the zippers to open this panel. That's been a little more effective for my ability to get my gear out rather than opening the top and pulling this all the way open. It does mean that you're laying the bag down on the front, but that's good and rugged, so you should have no problem. It's also water resistant, so even if there was a little bit of moisture, no problem at all. These sternum straps are generally ample enough. They're very low profile and simple, but you can see this gives you the ability to attach them in a couple of locations, which has allowed me to essentially adjust the overall comfort, cinching each one down and getting these shoulder straps at an optimum angle. That does leave this very comfortable and also very secure. You'll see that on these shoulder straps, I have basically been keeping some of my gear in here. So I have my remote for my dog collars right here, and then I have walkie-talkie right on the side, which I found I can operate while it's in the pocket, and that makes it extremely easy to carry, but also extremely convenient for use. Come in. Can you hear me? You guys there?
Yeah, I can hear you. We're like a little farther than on the engine on it.
Brad, that's not a trail.
All right. Good stuff, buddy. Hang tight for a minute.
Okay.
The waist belt is ample, does its job, simple buckle, no problem there. Pull forward design, which I do like, and it rides nicely on the hips. On this side you can see this does have that zippered pocket, my ability to keep items in here. I have a little monocular in there, that's simple. And then on this side, it's actually a little bit different of a design, more like a stash pocket. It does not have any enclosure, but you can slip things inside here as long as you're careful. Has a couple of loops to connect. So effective, yet at the same time,
I feel like you kind of need to be a little bit careful what you put in there. Now overall ride quality is fantastic. This bag's not heavy. It's not extremely lightweight, but the weight, in my opinion, doesn't really do anything to inhibit the overall ride quality. In fact, I don't mind it in the least. I think the quality materials and where they did choose to lose some weight has worked out very well. They've used some very lightweight materials in strategic locations, low profile on those buckles, which has worked out well. And even in the places where it's reinforced or more rugged, no problem adding a little bit of weight. It's strategic locations, and I think they did it well. Now in terms of airflow, not too bad. I am sweating today, but it's a warm day, a little bit humid. You can see there's a bit of channelizing. from the bottom all the way up. It'll sit off your back just a little bit, but it's still fairly flat in terms of the overall shape and general kind of padding that you have here. It's not incredibly thick, but it does help. Now, something that is a very nice feature is the fact that you do end up with this ladder system, so you can change the height of the straps depending on your torso height. For me, it's about right. I think I have around a 21-inch torso height from my lumbar all the way up to my shoulders, and I could go a little bit higher if I wanted to. One more ladder rung there. A little bit of a simple load lifter strap you can see on top here to bring that load tight to your shoulders, and then it does leverage these G-hooks. As you take a look at the shoulder straps, you'll see those are also vented, so real nice that you get a little bit of air passing through here. Again, the construction on this bag is fantastic. They've gone low profile in some of the nice areas, real lightweight and thin where you needed to, yet at the same time robust on the bottom. That weatherization, a little bit more rugged, especially here where I'm around rocks, roots, stumps, the outdoors. And here you can see again on the outside, nice and ruggedized all the way down. Excellent little accents and a tiny little inchworm to come with me on my trip. Now, of course, you do have the ability to leverage a water bladder if you so choose. Lately, I've been tending to stay away from that more, using water bottles and controlling the volume, having it in, nice quality containers that if I needed to, I could boil into. And I feel like they're just a little bit cleaner water. I definitely, at this point, don't really like the taste of hydration bladders, but certainly with this bag, you could do it. But the nice thing is the ability to easily carry those water bottles right on the side of the bag with ease. Very, very convenient. And especially if you have minimal gear, you could carry easily up to 4 water bottles. That's kind of a nice feature. Now, keep in mind the fact that Peak Designs has a lot of accessories that you can use to build out this bag, mostly on the inside for general organization. They have some cubes, they have some lightweight packable organizers and things that you can use to subdivide the inside of the bag. The nice thing is the organizers, some of them do have padding. So if you're a photographer or somebody with sensitive equipment, that will work out very well. I happen to be using those today, not because I have sensitive equipment, but because I want to subdivide my bag and keep it a little bit more managed while I'm out here on the trails. And so all in all, the Peak Designs outdoor backpack, if you're looking for something that's going to be a nice crossover for an outdoor enthusiast, photographer, somebody who wants to protect their gear, this does definitely give you the ability to do that and do it fairly comfortably. I'm happy with the bag. I like the overall design. I think there's a couple things that leave it just a little bit lacking. You're probably gonna struggle with, I'll call it food management on the trails. You don't have any real easy access to things without taking the bag off and pretty much opening it up entirely, with the exception of that front sort of beaver tail flap where you can stuff things down. You may want to really consider having an additional stuff sack or a bag that you can put some food or easy things in on the outside to get to. And I am also struggling a little bit with my ability to stash my wallet and my keys. A little bit of an exterior pocket probably would have gone a long way. Would have been simple with a nice weatherized zipper, something that has inverted zipper tracks and a little bit of a rubber to kind of protect the zippers. Again, in my opinion, would have gone a long way. But I definitely like the bag overall, and it's performed well for me, at least here today on the day trip. And so, all right, guys, thank you for coming along with me. I appreciate you checking out this Peak Designs outdoor backpack. Again, very good. If you like what you see here, look in the description box below where you can find all of the relevant links to the people at Peak Designs. Thank you so much for providing this for review. And for the rest of you, thanks. Take care now. I'll see you soon.